It's taking a little break right now. But I'm sure it'll pick back up. I need to check on this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Makisa mulberry. These ones are kind of falling apart, but it's the first year fruiting. Oh. I have been working on a bunch of different things, so I got a bunch of stuff spotted and everything. But this started out as a tiny little cutting, and as you can see, it's full of fruit. And this is the first year fruiting. So very, very excited about that. That was just a eBay cutting, and still got some mulberries on the tree. One of them was a little tired. So what I'm doing is just going around. I'm trying to find any new plants popping up, because a lot of plants, like the lantana, here, let me put this. Like the lantana, which the flowers remind me of Easter. I guess I could just go up to it, talk about, and give a detailed description of it. It's just, well, perfect. Check that out. Oop. Let me tighten this tripod. See that? Oops. This oxalis. And I get, I only see, I was like, there's two varieties that I know of. And the one is the ones that are slightly larger, about this size, with the larger purple flowers. And then there's a smaller variety. If I see it, I'll instantly stop, with the small yellow flowers. I saw a lot of the yellow last week, so this is lantana, and I mentioned a lot. Whoop, keep dropping the phone. So they kind of remind you of Easter, just the colors, pink and yellow. I'm gonna try to grow some from seed. I've never tried growing any from seed. It actually just, it pops up on its own. And I think we got now three lantana bushes. Usually some cool stuff in here. Got some of the creeping oxeye, or it could be, there's a few flowers like this. There's ones that have the black centers, and I grew up calling them black-eyed Susans. But these I absolutely love having, because you always have hair accessories. Can't see. But it's everywhere, and the flowers are really sturdy. Really nice to electroform. My solution did not succeed. However, they were very easy to coat with the graphite paint. And still have one ready to go. Wanted to check the elderberry too before. Oh no. I think. Yep. I lost my pen. I meant to put it in a bag on me. I usually keep a bag on me because always something to need in the middle of a lot of construction happening today. I'm gonna fit myself back here. There's a really intense vine that started popping up. Here's elderberry. The reason why I'm checking it out is because I want to try to start some more cuttings of it. And this one is quite shaded, but years worth of Jacurdi, and you can see it here. Jacurdi vine, or rosary tea. And I'm sure, let me walk further into the yard I'm sure the service isn't very good. Wild ride. Okay, this is in here. Oh, I bet I could just like put the phone up next to it. On you go. But you see those red seeds? And you see them everywhere. Those are rosary peas. They're used a lot in jewelry and different folk traditions for locks. I found one here. Jacurdi, a rosary pea. Now let me set this tripod down. Probably all attached. Jacurdi seed. And you might recognize them from jewelry. I use them in my resin crafts, but I'm not gonna try to make beads with these by any means. I do want to show ether on the, how do you say, Cranamoli? I like showing this. It gets bigger and bigger. So coffee here. Yeah. Big boy. Woo. Big boy happy. Okay. I need to grab like a bucket or something because there's a ton of Cranamoli bulbs right there. I shall return. Spiders, and that's what it's so called. They look like little crabs, and they're thorns, and a white back with black dots. Fantastic. And the thorns are red, so they're really, really beautiful. And they don't bite or anything. I got me the bottom of a pot, and I'm going to just scoop them up. I guess I'll bring them up. So this Cranamoli is just grown from one of these, and it doesn't matter how big or small they'll grow. And don't they look like something edible? They're not, but very cool. Oh, I was like, where's this red coming from? There's a mulberry. I'm looking for more varieties of mulberry for zone 10. And if anybody wants any kind of molly bulbs, feel free to, I guess, find me on Instagram, because these are super expensive. And this is within 5 years old. And it's Jurassic. It's huge. It's my favorite. And they are like very popular landscaping plants, and just perfect for that mid, I don't know how you would say, like the mid tier, because I like nice lush areas. So see all the shade I'm in? It's in the middle of the day, so right now I'm trying to find what plants to put here. So maybe some veg, herbs, and now that there's a lot of shade because the full sun, brutal. There are plenty of plants that require the full sun, Like, rosemary is starting to dye back the shade too much. But that mulberry tree, as soon as it's done fruiting, that's the one that I'm gonna start a bunch of cuttings from. Oh, it's the smallest one I've ever seen. It's very vocal. Would you like something? Oh, baby. This is Kitten. This is Itchkini Igas Snag. But, tons of them. And these ones are really small. Like, some of these are the smallest I've ever seen. I'm going to give Kitten some food because I think that's what she is demanding. Yeah, one cat. I've never been able to make sense of. Look how big the cardamom is. Look, that's literally a trunk. This tiny little thing. This is a trunk. I don't know, like, what classifies it something a trunk or not, but I don't know what I know trunk when I see it. It's so immense. And look at the baby. Cool. The mulberry sticking out of the leaf of life. This is leaf of life. It's used a lot in Jamaica, and it grows like wildfire here. So this leaf, it doesn't matter if it's a mature leaf or a young leaf, you could stick this on soil or not even, and just out. And these little notches, each notch will grow a new plant. Very cool. It's revered in a lot of like medicinal purposes. What else? It's so windy. Worried about the soil because a bunch of really rich. Oh yeah, that's another thing. This is also some size compression. I look so tired. I am tired. This was grown completely from one paddle. So if you see any cactus, if you see any broken bits like in the alleyway, you got yourself a plant, please. Okay, look at this. I'm teasing. Now, like Snappo 6'5", I could probably get him to stand in front of it, but are you good? And let's see what else is around here. The vanilla is another thing that's just I have to show every time because every day it creeps a little bit further onto the tree. That's vanilla bean orchid, and I have another specimen of it. So I'm going to make cuttings of that because it was given to us that way. So try to keep that like going, like kind of like the pay it forward thing that was going around, but plants. That's how it's always been with plants. Like I kid you not, if you go on your local Facebook groups, your town plus plants or plant trade, and watch it. She has a massive bowl of water, massive bowl of your food. I think it's an attention thing. This cat, she's just like her own species. Should be studied. This one, like, she's like a blend of a raccoon and she's the thickest tail. And she was actually dishonorably discharged by someone and left with me. But since a young age, she was clearly an outdoor cat, and like the type that jump on the shelves and just knock everything down. So ever since she's been she's the strangest cat I've ever met in my life. And like I love her dearly, but she protects the yard, if you know what I mean. There's always she is that big for a reason. She is a hunter, to say the least. She's living swamp life to the fullest, I guess. She was from a Gucci cat store too. Okay, that's cool. And she, when she goes inside, she just instantly like climbs. She is the most Gucci feral cat. Yes? What? You're gonna come over here. This is so awesome. And she's not an affectionate cat except for like 10 minutes a day. She enforces her presence. She's so big. I love this cat too. She's my swamp buddy. And even when we go in the kayak, she'll fall all the way down. There's no telling this cat what to do. And she stays on the property unless it's following us around. But yeah, I felt the need to give some backstory to the abuse. What am I doing? Should I follow you like in the movie? And she's an old lady. She really is. Been with me for a long time. But anyway, thanks. And so when I look away, she starts meowing again. This is Kitten for you. Hey, Kitten. Would you like to join? Yeah. Let's see what else is there. It's so windy. My eyes are on fire. The wind is finally dying down. But, let's go have this thing. Kitten. Oops. Last of the mulberries. Of the ever-bearing mulberries. The Wakisa still is this first fruiting year. But it's packed full of red fruits. Mmm. Mmm. I'll try that one. Oh, I can't wait. Ah! Chocolate. Kitten, what is happening with you? You are seen, you are heard. Oh, real quick. So then I could take a screenshot and more. This is the chocolate sapote, just from a seed that a friend had a fruit of. And yeah, so if you have anyone that likes fruits and stuff like that, ask them to save the seeds. And if the stuff doesn't work out, it's a really good learning experience. And try to grow just about everything. I even just threw a bunch of black beans from the store just to see if they'll work, because if you know, class. Anytime I look at her, she just sits down and looks pissed. I'm just curious. I'm so curious. She seems to really want attention. I'm gonna get my ass kicked. This is a true Florida swamp cat. And it is by choice. She is intense. And she, oh my gosh. Yeah. Had a lot of funerals, unfortunate funerals for random creatures. But no snakes, and I know it's not the smartest thing in the world, but I tend to walk around barefoot just about everywhere. Unless it's like concrete. But yeah, there's a lot of snakes. Like the other day, I heard Snap and I were walking around, so I heard it squeal. It was too late. Ooh, paddle broke, so that'll be a new paddle. There's a tons of these paddles. Oops. There's a ton of these paddles. I'm trying to walk away from the lawnmower next door. But see? New cacti! So, and these are really easy to mail, but they're also really easy to find. If you've ever seen these. No polish, I believe. And the flowers are so sweet. For some reason they remind me of SpongeBob. I think because they remind me of old pineapples. Yes, kitten. Scream and stop. Is that your MO? It's kind of difficult navigating with the tripod, but I'm trying new things. And I forgot kind of what I was doing. Oh yeah, look at the plants, but do you want to see? This is all cardamom. Eventually will be separated, but you can see it here. It's a pretty common landscaping plant. They're quite pricey. I have a few Queen Emmas too. I can't remember what this variety is called. And the chai is looking really nice. Actually starting out hot, so maybe I'll grab some soil for that. Because lots of potted plants by the front door and two matching really nice planters. So I figured instead of like a palm or something like that, something that for sure, something that for sure will thrive in anything. And that is going to be chaya. And the chaya, I need to learn the dang variety names. But there's two chaya or tree spinach that I know in this area. And there's the other. Oh, there's two. Both of them are next to each other. Alright, so these are just like broken branches that Snap has shoved in the ground and they're already rooted and growing, but you can see how toothy it is? There's that, and then there's this one. Less toothy, and it has 3. These you could use to wrap stuff. Oh, what do I see there? Oh! I think this is the first year it's flowering. My goodness. But anyway, look at the flowers. And they grow really like ideally. Like the shape they take as they grow is really really pleasing to the eye in my opinion. They tend to tip here. I'm guessing that the roots just like stay on the surface because of the water. A lot of water, a lot of rain. But sometimes, like, I think it was last year, horrific drought. It was months. And you could see rain, and my parents would be like, is it raining by you? No. It would seemingly stop, like, right before it got out to here. And these also, I wanted to say, are rooted. These were the ones that I just shoved in a pot last time. I was out here. And also had some tomato starts, some extra ones. Mystery tomatoes. I'm guessing they're going to be Everglades tomatoes. If you live in Zone 10 or have like an indoor contraption perhaps, Everglades tomatoes are really tiny and they're perennial and self-seeding. They grow like crazy, but they don't need trellis really because they just like kind of grow exactly how they want. But they're really small and it's like hyper tomato flavor. This mulberry caught my eye. Kitten, what's up? What would you like? Certainly don't want mulberry. Florida swamp. So I think I'm gonna mix this. Glass in here. Some soil from under the fire pits. Not the, like there was a fire pit here, but now there's so many trees, the two mulberry trees, that I can't really have a fire here. But the soil that it left behind is really nice. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I have like really nice tripods that were my grandpa's. My grandpa was a photographer, and he was a photographer in the Marines, U.S. Marines. And I have this tripod, but for some reason I insist on using. Is this what this looks like? These are work clothes, my bad. But the best soil because it's chaya. That's like another great thing about chaya is you don't need rooting hormone to grow it and or good soil. You can just rip it, pop it, and you know it grows just really fast. It's like in better soil, but it's just not everything. I just wouldn't plant it anywhere near like their structures because they do tip. And like I don't know how common it is in like different soil types, however, and there's a bunch of different soil types here. Every one of them tips, and so that's why. But it just keeps growing, and you know that's food. And I could use that little cavern to grow something that needs a cavern. Really good to have. And it's perennial greens, so you'll never have. And it's perfect replacement for spinach. You just have to boil it. I boil it twice. It doesn't lose its texture, and it doesn't disappear. And that's one thing I really do like about it. Ow! Glass. This is so comfy. But I'm comfy. Try to keep a little covered because there is an immaculate level of species, and a lot of them big, especially the horseflies. And it's always when you get in your zone when you get a visitor. It's this little horsefly called the yellow five-leaf, and they're about the size of a regular housefly now that it's the hotter months. Ooh! Yeah. I always forget about those. are rooting yet on those, but it's been, I think, about a week, and still green on the branches. These are like outdoor clothes. I usually am not that good in this stuff because, oops, I can hear my mom now calling me a little ragamuffin. That's all the way on the other side. Even more carnival bolts. Oh yeah, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Let me break them open. Oh yeah, okay. Maybe, I don't know. I'm going to plant some papaya seeds, but I'm not sure if I should do it in like little seed starting trays. Yeah, I'm going to actually. Tray already made. Let's start with that. Let me change this. Oh, hello! I can't really see the comments, so I do apologize. Oh, Violence is like getting some papaya seeds. One of the papayas Snappa ran into rotting on the ground and threw it in a tray, and I forgot to plant them until right now. Some castings from the compost bin, the old one that was the proper worm bin. Fixing that. So nice. Black. Genuinely, it's black. Oh yeah. Let me set my notebook and a paper. mushroom containers because they fit perfectly in the little seed starters. And these I just reuse over and over again. But as soon as they start to show signs of breaking apart is when they must go, so they don't just... Like, I wish there was a really good tarp out there, because I really need a tarp to put the pots on. The spring stand. I was thinking pond liner, because we want to have more little spots with pond liner. And got it for 25 bucks on OfferUp. They're quite expensive, little pawn shop, but if you look on OfferUp, the Facebook Marketplace, oh, I'm surprised. These are papaya seeds, just from the papaya that rotted off the tree. They sprout pretty dang good. That's why I use this one. The trees are absolutely still. I also have to grab the moringa seeds. I think I should focus on moringa and I always forget where I put these seeds. Some loose ones, so I'm gonna throw those in the thing that I have. I keep pulling this toothbrush was for cleaning shells. And I was using the back of it. But anyway, got some thyme starts just because I have a thyme plant, so I was pulling some off, and some P. viridis as well as, I forget what kind, I believe it's a type of purslane. They make these really beautiful little flowers, so I want to have a few kind of like mini landscapes and pots to look at. And the front, everything is grown up, essentially snapped with palm trees, and the curry tree from CJ, and the oop, that got in my face, now I got dirt in my face. But from CJ, and the shade is now primed for growing more stuff, especially stuff that's a little more fragile, because the sun is really intense. There are things that like fall. Oh no! This fire started. Last of the mulberries. Let's see. Oh, this is that mystery plant. It's got roots coming out of it. It's furry. From afar, I thought it was milkweed until I got up a little closer. And can't quite make out the like shape of the stem. So this is some pieces of the southern hibiscus from my neighbor. And check it. That's gonna be roots. And these are just the tiny little offshoots that I cut off so they fit better in the like propagation station, if you will. And which is just a bucket of soil. You'll be amazed by what roots in just water. It's always worth a shot. Same goes with soil. More water needs to go in that. Okay, so this is all two empty, two handfuls of it. Oh, that's moringa. Before I go live into this, I got a response. Just posted in a local group. Anybody in the area wanted to trade any cuttings, and so the cutting. Oh, I wish I remembered the name, and I wish I would have done. But it's on my notifications. Whatever. Anyway, it looks kind of like lantana, and really nice pink, yellow flowers. So really stoked to get some variety. And a lot of this stuff is nice to thrive, and it takes no time at all to make a really lush little area. Like this is kind of bare now that the lang is no longer. And this vine is getting on my nerves, so thankfully it's getting a little too hot for it. But these I'm fixing to break a bunch off. See how the roots. Oh, I can't see this one now. The roots. So, even pieces of everything, I mean, the new growth is so quaint. But, oh, is that open? Even try that, because it looks like a nice dried egg. Maybe. Never know. Bromeliads. Well, mosquito jacuzzi. And the olive tree, this is a replacement. I had a localized one, but this one's just from Home Depot. It seems to be very happy. Probably won't see it fruit, however, I'm really stoked to have it because the leaves, I cannot wait to be able to electroform them to make olive branch and olive leaf necklaces. I really want to make take a branch like this and take the leaves off of it and electroform it for a hair stick. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted one of those, like, you know, those deodomes. I'm just gonna shove this in some soil. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. I wonder if it's okay. There's ginger in here. Forgotten ginger. Oh yeah. There's a little like bulge of white. And it's gonna be growth. I'm really trying to get as much. I'm gonna stick that in there for now. I'm trying to get as much ginger and turmeric and roots and stuff like that. And shampoo ginger. Which I did find one. Oh, I'm gonna miss this time of year. The mulberries are just... Mulberries and mangoes, I think, are my two favorite fruits. Yep. Stemless. Little nodules were falling off the stem and spine. I forgot this was up here. This, it grew from a single leaf. Forgot about it. It's like 2 years old. These die after they flower, but they're self-seeding. Ooh. They're really, really good. And I have the cutting kits for Zone 10. I haven't started any yet because they'll take 2 seconds. And my finger! Might as well send a cutting special alert. And locally could put them in a pot, but food, might as well grow it. Potatoes, I'm going to be starting some. I probably should have done that. What is this? For potatoes. So you can grow potatoes in anything. Hay, probably freaking t-shirts. But I don't know what it's the t-shirts. But the grooming ground is a lot of shell rock, so still have to like break up the ground a little bit. But I really like growing them in bins or anything like I could dump over. And that's what I do. That's super, super easy. When your potatoes start growing, just cut them in chunks, let them dry out. So I thought they were out here. Oh. But see, I just cut the potato, let it dry out so it doesn't mold or mildew under there. And see how the eyes are starting to root themselves. And I have a potato, I just But this will be more potatoes. And the best thing is, like, this is just a bunch of, let's see, so, pine needles, leaves, things just falling in it, and the soil on top breaking into it. So I'm just going to actually put these three. I should probably try to point this down. This, it's stuck on a lid. Ooh. Oh, that's really. I don't know. That's very floppy. I don't know why I always use this one. So here's the little propagation station. It's kind of messy. I have like, for instance, this for the tops of pots or seed bins, and it's pine shavings. It helps hold the moisture down and keep the soil in there. And that's what all that is various materials that I come across that'll help keep moisture in pots. And for these, eyes all over the place. I could probably just put one in here, but there's no shortage of sprouting potatoes. I have all this wet stuff. And the cool thing about potatoes is very, very easy to know when they're ready. When the plants die, you just dump it over and there's your potatoes. And they're really good. They cook very fast. They're like butter. I've been doing this since I was, in high school. And then this wet stuff, I'll just lightly blanket on top of them. You can see them. And, well, and, yeah. And so check this out. To get this to fill with potatoes more efficiently, I'll fill it as the tomato or potato plants grow, and so that'll yield more potatoes rather than like filling this with stuff and then putting them on top. And so as the plants grow, keep throwing just like whatever stuff that holds the moisture in it, and then I like the thick stuff because as it's growing, you can kind of dig in it and see it as it's doing its thing. But you could use soil. The first potatoes I was growing was just soil from like Lake Worth back places. I was a child. Now where to put it? So this is the propagation station here. I'm gonna put this next to the bromeliads. I might even pop a sweet potato slip in there. And the sweet potato vine has really beautiful flowers. And pinkish, kind of like morning glory in a way, but more like conical. And pinkish purple and whitish. But I could pop one of those in there. The vine is absolutely gorgeous, and the vine is edible. And sweet potatoes, very good. And sometimes I would grow the sweet potatoes just for the vine. And that I'll put in the potato bin also and have something trailing out of it. Would be nice. Yeah. This has some of that vine in it, so I don't want to put that. Tomatoes are growing. Oh, there it is! There's a little oxalis, the smaller variety. And both varieties have those seed pods that explode when you touch them. So when you see them, they'll look like little green beans almost. and just like graze your finger, and that's really cool. And they're edible, they're kind of lemony. If you check out the website Eat the Weeds by Green Dean, really, really valuable website. That site has fed me through my 20s, for real. And on to new 30s. Thank you, Mary. I'm just not seeing these now. I'm close enough. Oh, potatoes. Snappo's from Scotland, and one of the first things he told me was that I had the soul of a potato. Again, I love potatoes. I think of potatoes also as a great conversation starter because I often say, like, if you think you don't like a culture for whatever reason, because right now everything's like very tense, just try the food. And there's so much beauty in this world, like in between individuals, that I feel like right now it's bad, but can't forget it. And ask, especially like talking to people worldwide is one of my favorite things, because we all use potatoes, we all use onions. There's certain things, and it's just like so universal. And what an easy way to travel the world and travel the minds of many is through recipes. And I actually have a notebook for recipes, so if anybody has any recipes that they'd like preserved by a random lady in Florida, and I will write it down promptly. Find me on Instagram or Facebook, and please do message any recipes. And these tomatoes are just, I believe them to be Everglades, which I'm very stoked for that. Oh, potatoes. It's such a good conversation starter, because you can ask anyone on this planet, like, what is your favorite potato recipe? Or like, what is the most common potato recipe in your vicinity on this planet? And it's always so fascinating. Like, you could even like look up any like time period, any culture to have ever existed, plus recipe. It's just really fascinating. And like a lot of the stuff too, I can actually grow, so always looking for what the plants are used for. A lot of the plants that pop up here are native to Jamaica and are used extensively. However, here they're seen as like noxious weeds. They're nuts, but it's okay. I mean, I get like the invasive, non-invasive stuff, but there's a lot of edibility just in your average yard or disturbed ground. Like when I was riding my bike the other day. Ooh, that's so nice. Ow! It's a little piece of pine tree that fell, but isn't it just like, there was plants I've never seen before, and that was just a few blocks. And looking extensively for Stachys floridana, Stachys floridana, Floridiana, and it's this root that looks like a grub. And it's my favorite episode of Green Dean's Eat the Weeds, and he has a YouTube channel too, and it's called Florida Betony. So Florida Betony, Betony, and the roots look like little grubs. I want them so bad. Oh gosh, it's one of those like wild edibles that that's like my Hawaii of plants that I want to find, and I look for them all the time, and I've had people tell me that they remove them from people's yards all the time. And I'm like, well, you sure as hell don't tell me. And they pickle really well. The crunch, they just look just so delicious. Kind of like little grubby, like diaper radishes, maybe. I'm not sure, because I haven't had them yet. And I've never seen them in markets yet. I'm sure eventually that these things will gain popularity because they're abundant. And I think that's one thing that should be more common knowledge, is what is abundant and edible in any given area. Unfortunately, I only really know the Zone 10, but I want to learn worldwide. Had so many field guides, but it was never in this area, and I started to finally be able to um, find more stuff, more people posting, and like the University of Florida documents just about anything that pops up here, and really, really just extensive, because especially with all the rare like landscaping plants that people import and stuff. Every pot, if you buy a potted plant, look in the pot. There's like a bunch of different plants, and I would score that way personally because I get a lot of local plants, and there's always something like these. Some stuff is stuck to it. This has a beautiful. The flowers are closed up, beautiful yellow flower, and it's just came in a pot, and it sprouts everywhere. There's even little babies in it. And you see what I mean though? And that's KYNTO, I believe. A little succulent type thing. Grows just like, how do you say, the leaf of life. Each notch will be a new plant. And they're really quaint. I have a ton of them if anybody so desires. And of course, the opal. I actually was walking to the library, I believe, and there was plants being sold in the square. And I got like $20 on me. And the 2 plants I think came up to $18. And I got this, which is Jules of Opar, which quickly has become my favorite plant on this planet. It's really crunchy. Really delicious. Hailed in a lot of herbalist circles, as well as like ancient Chinese medicine for, I believe, anemia. So it's got a rich history and a really fascinating plant. The flowers are gorgeous. I can't show you the flowers, but here's some of the jewels. And those are the seed pods. A little spider made a home here. This is where the oxalis is that I just pointed out. And see that it's really delicious. And we still do flowers. And this was just a forgotten plant. And started some individuals. This is flowering, or about to. Jewels of Opar, O-P-A-R. And this one is my favorite personally because it's got this funky trunk. Yeah. How's the battery? Oh, this isn't pretty good on battery. Not really sure what else. I'm feeling the effects of hunger. Since it is the end of mulberry season, oh my gosh, it is. Since it's the end of mulberry season, cuttings. Going to be starting a ton of them. I had like 25 trees started, but that's when I lost them all at once. I didn't know how much I relied on the neighbor's shade. That was a huge learning experience. We'll try it. Really stoked how this is getting to be quite beautiful. In the winter, it's completely bare. And kind of like Sleepy Hollow tree. I'm not really sure what that is, so. But it just felt right. Ooh. It has an ecosystem in its own. This one has such small leaves. It's really interesting to see different sun, different amount of sun leaves to very different trees. And excluding the ones that could get quite big, this one was quite tart. And the one in the front, very sweet, like whole packets of jam. And I keep meaning to sit on the computer long enough to find some new varieties, because they just grow so dang easy. And I just don't know what I'm doing. I'm not growing as much as possible. I can't stop. There's a bunch of babies. There's also this baby that's quite tall. Or bobby. And it's 100% free. I just got like a basket worth of cuttings from the tree behind my grandparents' house before it sold. And that's led to about 7 or 8 full-grown trees, full of fruit this year, plus 2 or 3 babies. I'm gonna miss this tree. Look at all the raisins. Mulberry raisins. But that's food for the tree, eh? Right. I wish I froze a lot more. These frozen are really, really, really... I love frozen fruit. As a snack. Frozen blueberries are my favorite. Just blueberries, like the frozen blueberries from Publix. But it's like $20 a bag now. No. 20 bucks is like the price of a fruit tree. Like, why? No. And loquats are the next that like it's must. They look so perfect. And they look so perfect. Loquat. Here up there's a tree at the Catholic school I went to called a kumquat, and I'm sure a lot of people know, but oh gosh, a bunch of middle school aged kids. It was kind of like a joke, but I ate them all the time. Oh yeah, sorry. I ate them all the time, and they finally found out all of us are eating them, and they took the tree out. And the tree must have been there for God knows how long. It was a tiny little tree. Oh, this is also mulberry. This is, I think, the tallest one. There's some cassava growing out of it. That like fork, that trident, that's cassava. And there's a moringa. It's moringa, a little sparse, but it's a tree. It's a full-blown tree, and it was grown by seed, like Worth seed. To be exact, the seed pod was from a produce place called Don Victorio's in Lake Worth. Really good prices and really, really good variety. It's quite small inside, quite small, but it's packed. And they got all kinds of stuff. They had to remove the moringa trees. I think they're getting way too big. Wow. Dang, that looks cool as hell. Dang. I wish I got out here sooner when it was like windy, because the trees were going crazy. Potato chips for one. They uprooted the kumquat tree. Bastards. I was a little asshole at school, to put it bluntly, and it was just nonstop. Like, I tell the story a lot, but one day my dad told me that aliens ruled the world, or aliens created the world, and I went to school, told him that. That's one. The other one was in I think 5th grade, I started gauging my ears. And I came to school with actual nails in my ears, and they told me that I had to take them out, and I was like, well, you can't have me take them out because they're post earrings, they're not dangly. But the lunch lady gave me a coffee straw, and I was able to maintain gauging my ears, which back to normal. But I think it was a 0 or a 00, and my friend got 2 highlighter caps. But yeah, no, there was a lot of nonsensical stuff like that. And then they fired our favorite lunch lady and replaced it with a salad bar. It was funny though. I visited back, and I was in the principal's office all of the time there. I cannot lie. I was middle school. Yeah, it was to grade 8. I went back with my mom. It was the same principal. And she's like, "Oh my God, it's my pride and joy." I laughed. I mean, I know she goes through so many kids, so I don't know where she's gonna remember everyone. But really small school, and when you go there, you're kind of like involved with every little bit of it. So it is nice to go back, even if it's for a little laugh like that. They have really cool art everywhere. I'm so tired lately. God, the trees look really nice. I am probably going to... I have a bunch of juice in my hands. Juice and dirt. I'm probably going to try to get something really done today. There's a few things that I want to try to start. I want to try to find whatever mulch is left because it breaks down fast. Made the perfect soil, but it needs some mulch. I want to try to grow some veg in between the plants that have been growing, since now they're tall enough to produce shade. I can now start little things around it. And I really do want to focus on food. I'll get better at food. Hey, kitten. She's just grooming herself. Screaming. So, still haven't seen any gators. I feel concerned. Or turtles, for them, if it's the matter. But no, but spring is springing. Should start getting a lot more lively than it already is. Saw a glass lizard the other day and let me pet it for a while. I have to wait for the wind to... Yeah. Decent sutra. Oh, yeah. Thank you all for joining me on this very anticlimactic stream. Didn't get much done. I forgot what the stream was entitled. Because I usually like will title up the stream and then kind of like mosey around and get like self-acclimated. And but sometimes I kind of just fall off track. I think it was writing down plants. I'm trying to ID every single thing here. Like here is some poor man's pepper. And quite a little nice spicy plant. Can't eat too much of it, but I tell you what, it's really fun making like wild salsa, for lack of better words. Just a bunch of chopped up stuff to eat on top of other stuff. And this adds a little nice bite to it. Same thing with the the Spanish needle, especially for those who have allergies, the Spanish needle is, I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's the easiest way to get local pollen. Maybe not that one, that one's too low to the ground. I'm sure it's just very trigger happy. So, these guys. Maiden's Albert. And easiest way to get local pollen. Make sure there's no critters. There's a little web on that one, but... And... Pepper, like a green pepper. Has a little citrusy, like... They're quite good. And they look incredible in salads. And I will show one more thing before I hop off. They're genuinely good. I've been eating for a long time. One thing is this. What is this on? This just pops back up. I had a plant of it a long time ago. This is blue porterweed, and these little purple flowers, blue porterweed, purple flowers, but these purple little flowers taste just like raw mushrooms, like white mushrooms, the ones you get at a supermarket. They're so good. Now imagine those and the Spanish needle on a salad with a baked potato or anything, and it just is very aesthetically gorgeous. And whoop, broken one. Anyway, happy trails, and hope everyone has a beautiful day. And yeah, world gets chaotic all the time, and I feel like if our grandparents had smartphones that like was able to document the nitty of every gritty, I think we'd be more aware of them, more I always forget like the 70s, and like Snappa mentioned it, like the 70s. I want to learn more about it because history does repeat itself. Patterns are everywhere, and like why not? You know, I don't know. And history is never a bad thing to learn about, regardless of what history. It's just, you know, things that have happened. And like, I love the UK coin standing on the shoulders of giants. I think there's a lot of wisdom in that. And I like, also, how I kind of picture it, like, every generation just gets higher and higher and higher. And I like that. Rambling about hunger, maybe. Happy trails. Thank y'all for joining me. And please do feel free to return. I stream every single day, and sometimes I try to stream more than once. And because we have tons of projects, and I'm always working on stuff, and then as well, you know, humans are social creatures, and crafters and programmers don't leave their desks very often, I feel like. And so this has been a brilliant way, and technology is definitely here to stay, unless the grid goes down, but that's for another day. Happy trips!